And after 2 rounds, home fans had something to cheer. On Prakash Chauhan led the way, alongside Josh Berry at 10 under, with some familiar names among the chasing pack. Waiting to see who could find their mojo on moving day was Josh Antman.
Joint overnight leader Josh Berry found the front right-hand bunker of the first, but controlled this shot superbly. He would save par, however, drop shots at 2 and 3, possibly a few nerves early on for the 19-year-old. Lucas Nemeth, he also bogeyed the second, but came back with this birdie on the par 5 fourth. A couple of good results early on the DP World Tour in Australia this season, yet to win on the Hotel Planner Tour, the Austrian. Thomas Gouveia birdied the fourth, and this was for par from long range on 5. Great par save. Finished the day with a 70 and inside the top 10. Another one looking for his first victory on the Hotel Planner Tour. There's another Austrian going well, Maximilian Steinlechner. Had 8 pars up to here on Saturday. Patience paid off though. That was for birdie at 9, out in 35 for Steinlechner. His 3rd season on the Hotel Planner Tour. The other overnight leader was having a quiet day at the Royal Kolkata Club. On Prakash Chauhan dropped a shot at the 6th. Saw him 1 over for his day's work, but this approach at 9 helped set up a birdie chance. Winner previously on home soil on the Hotel Planner Tour back in 2023. It was a course record 62 for Josh Berry on Friday. Things were quiet on Saturday until that putt on the 9th. Huge putt for birdie. Gave him a little spring in his step as he headed to the back 9. Playing partner Prakash Chauhan, after that fantastic approach, matched the birdie of Berry, and he would make the turn with a 1-shot lead. It was a faultless Saturday from George Bloor. 5 birdies for the day, including 3 in a row from the 14th. This par at the last meant he signed for a 67, tied for 5th heading into Sunday, in with a chance. After the early birdie at the 2nd, Nemeth was having a super Saturday in Calcutta. 3 birdies and no drop shot, put him right in contention for his first Hotel Planner Tour victory. A scintillating iron approach from Nemeth. Crowds were out in force and they saw some brilliant golf, especially from the Austrian. This birdie at 17 meant a 68, and he would find himself in the final group on Sunday. After a slow start, the course record holder picked things up on the back 9. Birdies on 14 and 15 put him under par for the day. Another birdie chance here for Josh Berry. It would now be 2 under for the day and a 1-shot lead at this point with the final hole to play. Crowd just finding a bit of shade. It was hot on Saturday in Calcutta. Josh Berry was hot on the back 9. This was to finish in style. It wasn't to be. A good recovery from Berry after being 2 over through 3 holes. And he would take a 1-shot lead heading into Sunday.
Let's take a quick look at the 3rd round state of play then, and a real multinational look to the top of the leaderboard. Teenage sensation Josh Berry, with his nose in front, heading towards the final day. With 18 holes left on the Kolkata Challenge, there was a title up for grabs. Talking us through the final day drama, it's back to Josh.
Just 2 back at the start of the day, Maximilian Steinlechner got off to the perfect start. Quick one down the hill at 1, putting pressure early on the players at the top. Josh Berry would bogey the first, which would mean a 3-way tie at the top early on the final day. One of those tied at the top at 11 under was Lucas Nemeth. Parred the first and then had this long-range birdie effort at 2, the par 3. Greens running superbly at Kolkata Golf Club. And it'd be Lucas Nemeth who would break out of that trio and have a 1-shot lead early on the final day. Disappointing 73 on Saturday for the home favourite Shoan, but he fought back well on Sunday. This approach at 5 gave him a chance for his first birdie of the day. Topsy-turvy Sunday for George Bloor. This birdie on the 5th was one of 4 on the day. That was offset by a double bogey and 3 bogeys in a row coming home. He would sign for a 73, but still a top 10 for George. After that fine approach into the 5th, Shoan had 6 foot for birdie, which he'd make, get to level par for the day. Was just starting to make his move, looking for win number 2 on the Hotel Planner Tour. It was 7 straight pars for Hayden Hopewell on Sunday as he got to the 8th, just inside the top 750 in the world rankings, the Australian. So he was having a wonderful week in Kolkata, and that was a wonderful approach into 8. Ollies were needed on the final day. It was hot in Kolkata. Hopewell converted it for birdie, walking it in at 8, get him to 9 under par. It was tough scoring on the final day in Kolkata, but not for the 46-year-old legend SSP Chow Razia. It wasn't to be on the final hole, but a round of the day, 67, went to SSP and saw him fly up the leaderboard and eventually a 6th place finish. Hopewell had a birdie at 14 and he'd pick up another one on the next hole at 15, just getting there, grabbing the right edge. Despite a double bogey on the last, it would be a 7th place finish for the Australian. Things, however, were tight at the top. With 3 holes to play, fresh off a birdie at 15, Nemec was in a groove, controlled that approach beautifully into 16 to set up another birdie chance. Crowds were gathering, watching this final group, a 4-way tie. Nemec was looking once again to find the lead on his own, and he would. Vital birdie for the Austrian with just 2 to play. He was out in front. Huge crowds gathered around the final hole. It was incredibly tense. Lucas Nemec left himself some work for par, but this was for his first Hotel Planner Tour title. A cruel lip out for Nemec, and it would be a 4-way playoff in Calcutta. Nemec, Shoan, Andreas Halvorsen and 19-year-old Josh Berry.
So confirmation of that final leaderboard, which shows local legend SSP making that fine cameo appearance. But that slip-up at the last by Lucas opened the door to his rivals. So tension mounting, extra time required. It was all eyes on the playoff to see who would wear the crown.
There are only 2 players who had a chance for birdie in the playoff. First up, it was Josh Berry. He'd had only 1 birdie in regulation all day. What a time to find a putt for Josh Berry, and now all the pressure was on Andreas Halvorsen. So Andreas Halvorsen had to make this putt to keep the playoff going in Calcutta. Crazy lip out from Halvorsen. He had a medical exemption towards the end of last year, and he bagged enough points this week to gain promotion to the DP World Tour. So a consolation prize for the Norwegian, but the main prize goes to Josh Berry, his first win on the Hotel Planner Tour.